Do you want to know some strategies for redirecting child behavior? I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good family bonds, how to have good communications, calmness, child development, and education, all through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about redirecting child behavior. So in this video, we're going to talk about redirecting bad behavior in children towards something good, and if there is a better way than another to redirect behavior, because there is. And we're going to talk about some skills that you will need for some self-government success in this. I have to honestly say I'm not a big fan of the concept of redirecting behavior, because when a person learns self-government, they have to know they are making a choice to do something different. Redirecting behavior can sometimes be seen as tricking a child into good behavior, and it's a manipulative approach. I don't love that. But does a good correction and some good conversation and training also redirect bad behavior? Yes. So that's the approach I'm going to be taking in this video. I just don't want to be misunderstood. I don't believe in distracting children when they're doing something wrong or those types of things, because then they don't actually recognize that they made a choice not to do a bad behavior and to do a good behavior instead. They just got tricked into it. I don't like tricking anybody. So what does good, healthy redirecting look like? When a child engages in a behavior that is not beneficial for the development of the child, or could even be damaging or harmful for the child, then it is important for parents to address that and point the child in a direction towards something more healthy. Some people call that redirecting the child. So when you're redirecting the child, you want to engage in a really great connective dialogue that I call effective corrections. When you do an effective correction with someone, you describe the scenario that just happened or what you're seeing. It's like holding up a mirror so that they can analyze what is happening in the moment, or maybe what happened a few moments ago. Let's say you have a child that is pulling the dog's tail, okay? That's something we don't want our children to do, is pull the dog's tail. Well, ahead of time, it's going to be really good for me to explain that we don't pull dogs' tails, and to give a no answer about that, and to even instruct about how to take care of the dog. That's going to be good. So I would give instructions and no answers. There are 2 skill sets there that I'm mentioning out of the 4 basic skills, which are following instructions and accepting no answers. Now, the other skills, which are accepting consequences and disagreeing appropriately, could also come into this interaction. Pre-teaching your child the 4 basic skills is going to help with almost any scenario that they could find themselves in. So let's say the child, even though you gave them a no answer about pulling the dog's tail and said, that's not how we treat the dog, we treat them gently like this, but they still don't do it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the child and I'm going to make eye contact, and I'm going to say, Stephen, just now you started pulling the dog's tail. We'd already given you a no answer about not pulling the dog's tail. When you don't accept a no answer about the dog's tail like that, you actually put yourself in danger of potentially being bitten by the dog, because they don't like it. What you should have done is dropped the subject about the tail and not touched it anymore. Since you chose not to do that, then you've earned an extra chore, okay? At this point, Stephen's gonna say okay, and I'm gonna praise him. He's gonna go and do some sort of extra chore. It might be some small thing like taking a plate to the sink, or taking out a garbage, or maybe cleaning a bathroom sink basin or something. I mean, it could be anything, even just throwing a piece of paper away. They're instructed to do that, then they need to do all 6 steps of accepting a consequence. So then you'll praise Stephen and you'll move on with life. That's really a great way to redirect. If they already know the skill ahead of time, you can bring it to their attention, show them when to use that, give them the opportunity to accept a negative consequence, and then allow them to move on with their day doing something else. This talk about redirection is really getting into child behavior management and techniques. So I highly recommend that you continue this learning by learning more skills of self-government by going to the video Child Behavior Management Techniques. I'll see you there.